In 2019, I had been in the hospital, literally had a pool of bacteria in my belly, and I thought that I was going to die. Oh, that experience, it really changed my life. I literally had to have a conversation with God. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you were thinking, Lord, I know this can't be how my story is going to end. I know this can't be the end. And you had to find some kind of fight or pull in you because you just knew something was trying to take you out of here, but you refused to go. I don't know if you've had any health problems, whether it be mental health or physical health, but sometimes some things just start to try to take you out. That's where I was. And I just said to myself after I came out of that thing, I said, you know what, Lord? Okay. Whatever you have me to do, I'm going to do it. Because I can't stay in this place of complacency any longer. I can't stay in this place of stagnation. I can't continue to let this depression and this anxiety and the panic attacks to control my life. I need to heal. I want to heal. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to do whatever you've called me to do. I'm ready to figure out what my purpose is in this world. And although I had been a nurse for 20 years at that point, I still was longing for purpose. So I don't want you out there to think just because you've been doing whatever for 15, 20, however many umpteen years you've been doing it, that you found your purpose. If you are still waking up dreaming about something that you can contribute into this life, something that you've been gifted with, whatever that idea is, or ideas, because I know I have multiple things. Whatever that thing is that you dream about, that you've always wanted to do, that you feel like you don't have time to do, that you don't have enough money for, whatever that thing is, whatever it is, that's the thing. That's the thing that you need to get focused on. Not the day-to-day, but that's the thing. That thing that comes up in your dreams. Yeah. That thing that every time you pissed off at work, you think about. That thing. On December of 2019, I said, Lord, whatever you have me to do, I'm going to do it. And so I got up on this intentional healing journey and I started fasting. Not because it was something that I planned to do, but I felt like it was something that God led me to. When I said, Lord, whatever you have me to do, I got a message about being open. And so I said, okay, I'm going to be open. Whatever comes, I'm going to be open because your girl was very much closed. But okay, whatever it is, I'm going to be open. Whatever he brings me to, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in God's divine intervention. I believe once you ask, he will give it to you. If you ask, he will give. If you say, Lord, show me, honey, get ready. And so it led me to this fasting groups. And I started fasting in 2019. And I'm telling you, that has changed my life. What I know right now for sure, I learned in a fasting group that 2021 is a year of grace. They call it the year of grace. And so what have I learned from fasting? From doing extended fast, 21-day fast, 42-day fast? What have I learned? I've learned that I was giving too much control and too much power to someone else, allowing that person or that thing to throw me off of my purpose. That when I sit down and I reflect on my self-reflection Sundays, understanding that it's a new day, it's a new month, it's a new week, and whatever it is, workings that I needed to do around forgiveness, self-forgiveness was the biggest thing. Man, we beat ourselves up too much. We just beat ourselves up so much. And that's what I was doing, beating myself up so much for the choices that I had made, was holding myself hostage for the choices that I made, for the choices that I was making, because I was still making bad decisions even when I was fasting. I was trying to break those strongholds. But sometimes if you've been dealing with stuff for a long time, or you've been wrapped up and intertwined in something, sometimes that chain that has you, it's not just a straight chain. Sometimes it's wrapped around like a vine, honey. It goes way down deep, a weed. You think you whack the weed off from the top, what happens? The weed grows back. You have to cut that thing off at the root. So I was whacking weeds off at the top, but I wasn't going down to get into the in the pit of the belly stuff and cutting that stuff off at the root. So the choices that I was making was holding me hostage. And those choices and those chains are the gateway to that negative self-talk, the gateway to anxiety, the gateway to depression. And nothing good comes out of holding yourself hostage. Nothing good comes out of being stuck. So I had to go a little bit further with being stuck. What exactly is holding me back? So I'm asking you, what exactly is holding you back? If you had to take a minute and put down the 3 things that are holding you hostage and keeping you stuck, what are they? What are they? I know one of mine is forgiveness. It was forgiveness of myself. It's so much easier to forgive others. But have you ever thought about just forgiving yourself? Forgiving yourself for all of those bad decisions. Forgiving yourself for trusting in people that you should not have trusted in. For giving yourself away to people that didn't deserve you. For holding yourself hostage in relationships, honey, that you know should have been over, that you know you should not have even been in the first place. Forgiving yourself for doing the same stuff over and over and over again. What decisions have you made that you need to forgive yourself for? And understanding that forgiveness, when they say forgiveness is not for the other person, forgiveness is for you, honey. Whoever they is, they ain't lying. Because they all say it. Everybody says it. It is not for the other person. It definitely is for you, honey. That lesson, once I forgave myself for the abortion, for moving on without giving a care about that child's life, once I forgave myself for that, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you the release that I received. It's so much So much easier to forgive others, but going deep down in the pit of your belly to forgive yourself for whatever that thing is. Oh, I just thought I was unworthy of the forgiveness. That was the root of why I could forgive everyone else and not myself, because I thought I was unworthy of the forgiveness. How dare you think that you're going to be happy? And so I would set myself up in relationship after relationship. Babe, it wasn't conscious. Nobody makes a conscious decision to be in bad relationships. You think you're doing good. But if you found yourself in relationship after relationship, if you find yourself however many pounds overweight, if you find yourself doing the same things over and over and over again, and like, what in the world? How am I in this situation again? Let me break it down for you, boo. You have an issue with unworthiness. Somewhere down in the pit of your belly, you need to forgive yourself. Why is it important? It's important for growth, honey. What I tell you about them weeds, only weeds can grow from that. Until you get down and cut that thing off at the root, you growing weeds, babe. You growing weeds. That's why the drinking is easier. That's why the smoking is easy. That's why the panic attacks come. Because you haven't forgiven yourself for something. Because down in the pit of your belly, there's some unworthiness that you don't feel like you're worthy of the forgiveness. So you have to figure that out. In order to have some meaningful change in your life, in order to have just some improved emotional well-being, honey, that is my greatest lesson from fasting.